Dominica's mountainous terrain is covered by lush jungle, and her steep sides are gorged by eons of rainfall. And below the surface, it's just as full of life as the jungle above. What we see of Dominica is actually just the tip of a gigantic volcano peeking its head above the surface. The island drops steeply, and just a few miles offshore, her base disappears into the terrific depths in over 6,000 feet of water. This deep ocean water, in close proximity to shore, makes Dominica one of the few places on Earth with a resident population of the largest predator in the world. In this episode, we go in search of Moby Dick, listen for his calls, and attempt to actually swim with and photograph a sperm whale.
Represent all my island people say. We people start originally from my homeland. Like my old man say, there's nothing impossible. So we have
We awoke early to find the skies had opened up on Delos and her crew. After months of planning and preparation, the first day of our mission to film whales was finally here. It will rain again. I can feel it.
Look how prepared we are.
I know. I don't think we've ever been this prepared. We haven't bought any food on any trips, and now we're like bringing like the whole kitchen.
Can't have dirty teeth when you're swimming with sperm whales.
Not allowed.
Good morning. How do you feel, Rion?
Stoked. I've never had the opportunity to do this, so it's a first for me to swim with the biggest predator in the world like this. Sperm whales are the largest predator on Earth, growing up to 67 feet long and weighing in a staggering 45 tons. In comparison, Delos is about 53 feet long and weighs in at just over 20 tons. They are capable of diving thousands of feet deep, lasting up to 90 minutes. They do this in pursuit of their favorite meal, squid. A sperm whale is capable of gobbling up a ton of food a day and have been known to go after giant squid, which can exceed lengths of 40 feet. We had all our normal underwater cameras ready to go and had even purchased a special underwater microphone, known as a hydrophone, from which we would attempt to record actual audio of the whales we were filming. The laws of Dominica are very strict when it comes to interacting with these amazing creatures, and you're not allowed to just jump in the water with them on your own. So we work with the government of Dominica for the necessary permits, and Dive Dominica for the boat and mandatory local guides. The arrangement included documenting the adventure via video and print as well.
Who's this guy?
My name's Rich, and I'm from England. I'm a freelance writer, and I'm very, very delighted to be here, but a little bit nervous. I think I read Moby Dick, and it was one of my favorite books ever. And a friend of mine yesterday messaged me from Italy. He's an old photographer, and he said, "You're diving with sperm whales." He said, "Do you realize the last time you wrote to me, you were reading Moby Dick?" And he said, "Are you not just a little bit scared?" Yeah, but I'm really excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Herman Melville's novel Moby Dick is based on a stranger-than-fiction incident that occurred in the South Pacific on November 20th, 1820. A large male, claimed to be 85 feet in length, slammed into the American whaling ship Essex. The ship was sunk and the crew stranded, drifting thousands of miles offshore. It's the accounts of surviving crew that provided Melville with the inspiration for his novel.
Well, this is the moment we've been waiting for, and I couldn't sleep last night. I tried watching these ASMR videos to relax myself into sleep last night, but I couldn't go to bed until like 2 o'clock in the morning, so I was just imagining what today would be like. What would you describe the way that you feel right now in one word?
Delighted.
Oh, that's a good word.
That's it.
What's up, guys?
Hello, hello. What's up?
How's it going?
Good. Ready to find some whales?
Yeah. Have you been in the water before with the sperm whale?
I have been.
Yeah. How would you describe like what it feels like to be in the water with a sperm whale?
It's phenomenal.
They actually get in the water, you could actually see how huge these giant creatures are, and they're so amazing in the water. So that's how I feel about being in the water with the sperm whale. Very phenomenal. It's not something you get to see every day, you know.
First minute or two, you pretty much have to try to catch your breath because it's so amazing of how they look from in the water itself than from looking from the boat.
Yeah.
So once you get in and you get yourself adjusted a few minutes after, it's amazing to see how they are just so huge in the water.
I'm so excited.
Is it your first time?
Yeah, it's my first time. The first time is always the best, right?
For this particular mission, our scuba diving equipment would be more of a hindrance than help, increasing drag and slowing us down. So just a few days ago, we met up with a professional freediver to get some tips on how to expand our freediving skills.
We all agree that we're just shit freedivers, right?
Yeah, I think the deepest I've ever been is like 50 feet, maybe. And for like half a second, and then it's like, get to the top to breathe.
What about you, Kaza? How would you rate your freediving abilities?
Probably not that good, but also keen to learn.
Real?
I definitely say 4 to below average. Not that I've ever really worked on it or tried, I think is the thing.
I've definitely had interest in taking a course for a long time for that exact reason. Like I've had friends that have taken them and they say within the first day or two, they're holding their breath for double or triple what they thought they could, and that a lot of it's just mental. And so I'm really looking forward to this. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time.
Kurt and Katie, which are both living in Kona right now, in a weird turn of events, as we were leaving to come over to Dominica, Blue says, hey, there's this crazy freediving competition in Dominica while we're there. What do you do, Kurt? What's your shtick?
I teach classes throughout Hawaii. Not just on the big island where I live, but I actually hop around to all the islands. I teach a lot in Kauai and Oahu and Maui and so on. I've been doing that I think about 7 or 8 years now. So.
And how'd the competition go for you?
Competition was great. We had a field of around 20 folks and I came in second overall. I did accomplish one new national record, which was to 96 meters. I'm gonna guess that that's about 314 feet or something like that.
Whoa!
How long does that take?
That dive was 3 minutes and 1 second, which is actually quite fast for that particular discipline. Not wearing fins, pulling myself up and down a long straight line.
Over some beers and a sweet sunset, Kurt shared with us a wealth of information about freediving theory. He taught us about breathing techniques, mammalian response, hypoxic syndromes, shallow water blackouts, hook breathing, and of course, the importance of having a dive buddy. But I do want to share this tidbit of info that completely changed the way we understand what our bodies are actually capable of.
Now, going back to the original question in regard to CO2, when CO2 reaches this level, this elevated level that triggers our urge to breathe, our discomfort, how low do you think your oxygen is at that point? It's somewhere above 50% where you would black out. 90? All right.
95.
95?
Yeah, I think it's going to be real close.
Wow.
All right, so this is very good. You guys guessed more on the high end rather than the low end, and you're pretty much correct. When I use the pulse oximeter and I practice breath holding, it's pretty surprising how early in in the oxygen decline that you get this feeling of discomfort. And I want to say like 85 to 90% is where I personally would see that as I do breath holding. So this gets to the fundamental secret of freediving and breath holding, which is that thanks to our body and our design being so protective and so geared towards survival, we get this warning or alarm that we need to breathe far in advance of actually being at, you know, the limit where you would go unconscious and deal with the real consequences of concern.
Way in advance.
Far in advance.
To sum that up for you, Kurt was letting us in on a pretty big secret. To hold our breath for several minutes, we didn't need to train for years. We just needed to have a little mind control and to trust our bodies. You know that moment when you're holding your breath and your body involuntarily wants to gasp for air? Turns out you're not in any danger and are only about halfway to your maximum breath hold. So the next day, it was our chance to give it all a go.
All right, Blue, what's your prediction for your first breath hold?
I have no idea. I don't even think I've ever held my breath for like a minute, so if I can do that, I'd be stoked.
Okay, boys, what do you think? Guesses for
First
your
one?
first one?
First one I'm going with minute 20.
Okay.
Whoa, that's pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a good
I don't
guess.
know. 52 seconds.
Specific, I like it.
Man, if I can make it a minute, I'll be pretty happy. The plan was to practice our newly learned techniques in a controlled environment off the back of Delos, using one of our paddle boards as a float. After breathing deeply to clear CO2 from our system, we would put our faces in the water, triggering our mammalian reflexes, while Kurt timed us from Delos. This exercise helps you get used to the convulsions that your body naturally goes through as the CO2 builds up and the oxygen lowers in your system. The best I can describe this feeling is a spasm in your diaphragm, almost like your lungs were kicked from the inside. The idea is to realize that you are in no danger at this point and still have plenty of oxygen left in your system. Understanding this helps you to press through the convulsions, which eventually end. After a period of time, another convulsion will come, which you attempt to get through again.
Definitely very uncomfortable.
The more convulsions you can stand, the longer you can hold your breath. With practice and mental focus, your ability to withstand the convulsions greatly improves. We learn that our bodies are capable of some pretty amazing things. Freediving is a mental game.
330. Cruising towards 4. Take a look at its lips. What do you see? A lot less pink than normal now.
Whoa. It's weird, like I can hear his voice so lightly once it gets to like 2:30, 3 minutes. I get the first urge to like, oh fuck, that Danica breathing. And then just like, I don't know, I feel like myself. I don't exhale, but I feel like I'm exhaling, just like trying to relax everything. And then it goes away for another 20 seconds or something.
All right, so for the folks that are gonna...
I feel a real fear or anxiety about it. Just when I think about it, I start to feel sort of nervous and not looking forward to it at all. And then I think about, you know, oh, I don't enjoy holding my breath like this. And then I pick my head up and it's over. So I think I'll have to think back and consider why I might be having these sorts of thoughts.
If I was holding my breath for anything else, like right when I would feel the first, it's like, oh shit, I gotta breathe, and then I stop, because you don't know you can go past that.
Yep. So now you guys should think about how much of this urge to breathe and contractions you might have tolerated just now, and now you want to apply that to your diving, where when you're diving and you feel that, you don't just shoot for the surface. You're like, all right, you know I can stay down here another minute or maybe even 2 minutes or something like that.
And sperm whales is quite a motivation, right?
Such a motivation, yeah. The longer you can spend close to those guys underwater,
and here's the other
better.
Thing. When you practice,
it's nice and cool today because of the rain. The other boat went out. They haven't found any yet, so we're gonna go out and help search for them.
I think I should just give a general briefing.
Yeah, perfect.
Be more professional. Okay. So welcome to the tour. First and foremost, I'd like you guys to know that there are no guarantees. These animals are in their own natural habitat. Okay? We're gonna head out about 3 miles or so where we conduct our first hydrophone check. Off the coast of the island, every mile goes down to 1,000 feet. It's pretty deep, and one of the reasons why these animals love it off the coast of Dominica. Okay? We have a hydrophone, on the water microphone, which we're gonna stick in the water and listen out for sounds that are not man-made. It has a range of 7 kilometers, roughly about 4 miles. Okay? So we're gonna start in the south. Anything that we hear, we're gonna track it. Okay? If we don't hear anything, we're gonna head in the northern direction. What we have out here are females and calves, generally matrilineal family lineage, grandmothers, grand-aunts, aunts, sisters, cousins. Okay? The males of this species, they don't live here. After a certain age or size, the younger males, they are either ostracized and kicked out of the unit, or they live on their own. They form smaller units and they move way north as far as Azores or up the coast of South Africa. Around this time of year, they come down for mating, and when they're here, the females come to meet them, and on the way here, they bring other females, so the population of the whales here increase. Okay? Yes, sir.
With the males, how many different females would they mate with? Would they pick just one?
No, I don't think they will pick just one. Usually when they come here, sometimes they take all the females and go out. As to how many they mate with, we can't say, because the gestation period is 16 to 18 months. So sometimes the females that are here, already here, that they go with, are already impregnated. Yeah, so we identify them by the tail. Every tail is a fingerprint, okay? And some of the units like people, some of the individuals in the units are nice and friendly, and some don't want to play. The sperm whales have very high family values or morals. Family means everything for them, okay? And as we out here, you guys will see for yourself how the calves are being taken care of by every female in the unit. So we're gonna head out, and we're gonna have a whale of a time.
But before we get in the water, we need to be schooled on the rules for interacting with these giants of the deep.
When the whale is in the water, the entries are going to be, both is going to be parallel, okay, up forward, and angle, so the stern faces the whale. We're going to jump in, move into a position, and wait, okay. As the whale passes by, if he or she wants to interact, they usually would probably come to us, or if not, they'll just swim away. Okay? If ever the whale comes to you and he puts the head out of the water, it's basically looking to see who is it or what is it in front of him, and this is a good positive interaction. Try to avoid the tail. Okay? If you're in a situation and the tail is close to you, try to avoid the tail of the whale. Sometimes this whale just go down, turn upside down, and just basically looking at you. These animals are gentle giants in a sense. Sometimes you get in, they see you, they look at you, oh, it's a human, and carry on the business. Okay? When individuals are social or friendly, they come play around, roll around, spin around, and show off.
So we're waiting for them to always come to us.
Yeah.
Not like
positive is always good. You never chase it or never get in its way. Okay?
Always stay to the side.
Always stay to the side.
What if it's swimming at you and it goes under you? What are you supposed to do?
Lay flat.
Just don't kick, just be calm.
Yeah. Okay? surface disrupts the encounter, right? You just tell people to lay flat.
Is there any distance that you should try and maintain away?
Like I said, we're allowing the animals to come to us. No touching. It's just like you're walking on the street and somebody you don't know just touches you. Sometimes you may have to back away, don't come close that they are coming towards you. Okay? Safety is first. Okay? So we're going to conduct our first hydrophone check.
How do you decide like how far out before you test it?
Usually we start off at 3 miles.
Okay.
Before it was different. We did not have the headphones. Just this amp can. So it would be loud and the guys would come in closely to listen, and I'm like, this water, what are you guys listening for? When we got close to the animals, you could hear the distinct. Then I figured, okay, so it's this that we're listening for. So it's directional, so he's pointing towards the south. We have a lot of songs, but not the ones that we want to hear.
So the plan now is to head north and see what we can find up there. The morning is young. It's still, we've only been out here for about 45 minutes, so we've got a lot of hours left in the day to try and find these animals. In the meantime, we are all keeping our eyes peeled out into the horizon, and we're looking for signs of whales. Like you can see the spouts from their blowholes. You can look for like a lot of birds swarming around one area. Sometimes that might mean that there's like bits of squid or remnants of the food from the whales that the birds can be picking at. They said that you can sometimes see like a glare reflecting off the bodies of the whales. So those are the signs that we're looking for as we kind of cruise these waters. But the hydrophone is by far the most useful tool that we can use today to track down these whales because it's a massive ocean, right?
So we are on the offshore contour, 6,000 feet.
6,000 feet here?
Much deeper than that. So this is what we have to listen to. Basically filter one sound.
The sound Embron is listening for is very unique. Sperm whales routinely dive thousands of feet deep in search of their natural prey. They use echolocation to locate squid, and the sounds can travel underwater for miles. This is an actual recording of sperm whales hunting. Since the dives can last an hour or longer, we can use the directional hydrophone to limit our search area and greatly improve our chances of seeing a whale by being in the general area when they finally surface.
Could you hear any other animals like dolphins or pilot whales?
No animals, just a ship with a huge propeller.
So what do we do now? What's the plan now?
Well, we're gonna start heading north.
North? Okay.
A lot of practice for him to be able to decipher the clicking from all the wave sounds and boat sounds. And I can't hear anything. I don't know, Brian, maybe you can try?
I don't hear nothing yet. We're like truly searching for a needle in a haystack here.
One whistle twice and that's it.
You heard something? Or?
I only heard one whistle. I heard it twice and that was it. It's very quiet.
So what do we do now?
Let me try to contact the other boats and see what's up.
Okay, on the north side, no sounds as of yet. Okay, man. Yeah, we're pretty far south. How far out? How far offshore are you? 6 miles. How far north?
So how many miles do you think we're listening for? Like, how close does a whale have to be before you'll hear it?
This right now is up with the water clear. I'm like this. We're probably getting 6 to 7.
6 to 7 miles. So we've covered that end of the island and all around. So we're basically covering from the island
out
6 miles out and 6 miles in into here. And then where's the other boat?
They went all the way north and turned around.
And they turned
They're
around.
coming in.
They found that there's no point in even going around anymore, like that they're probably not here today. They said they saw a baby that got kind of circled by some pilot whales yesterday, and they suspect that maybe they might have kind of cruised out of the area, so.
And then we spotted the pilot whales ourselves. Pilot whales hunt baby sperm whales. Working as a pod, their goal is to separate a calf from its mother, which on its own is defenseless. When the pilot whales are around, the sperm whales tend to go elsewhere.
Nice. Well, that's all the shots we're getting for today. So nailed it.
And that was our routine. Day after day, we'd rise early and head out into the deep water, listening for the elusive whales.
So because of how calm the water is now, anything that moves, we should hear it.
We're beginning to lose hope.
I can't hear anything. I don't know.
Can you remember which number hydrophone attempt this is?
Today?
Yeah.
1, 2, I think this is the 4th one.
You're down there, man.
Bubbles. That's not good.
Yeah, it's hard to spot whales in these conditions. A lot of white water and big swells. We're gonna find them.
So far, we haven't had the greatest luck, but our spirits are still high. We're not giving up yet.
It's our day. I can feel it. We're gonna see a whale today, and we're gonna swim with it. And there's another rainbow.
Rainbows, man.
This was our theme song when we were in Svalbard, sailing around, and Andy would play it every morning. And it always brought on whales.
The whale, there's a whale, there's a whale. And the whale was
Whale, fish, whale, fish, whale, fish. Spirits are high today. We got the jams going, we got sunshine, and I think everyone's feeling like today's the day.
So the report is that is the other boat out there, and they have seen one whale.
Just saw a big splash, a whale tail, jump out and then whoosh, that direction over there.
We're gonna have a guide in the water. We're gonna allow 3 of you at a time in the water. If you're going up to the whale and it doesn't want to interact with you, you leave it alone and just like swim back to the boat. Getting into the water, absolutely no splashing. On the surface of the water, with your fin movements, you need to move as slowly as possible. Try to keep in communication with us. Like once you get into the water, we will try to give you hand signals and stuff like that of the direction you should head to, which is very important because once you get into the water with the waves and stuff like that and the whale, it's going to be very difficult for you to see it from the surface.
It's like a little bit stressful, I don't know.
Oh, there's 3 of them. Okay guys, get ready, get ready. Okay, go for it. I'm in neutral. Go ahead, go ahead, go in. Just go straight across this way. You did a shallow dive, but you should see it from the surface.
Females are 1/2 to 1/3 the size of the males, and babies when born weigh in at 1 ton and 13 feet in length. In the 19th century, the Essex and many vessels like her nearly hunted sperm whales to extinction. It's estimated that over 1 million whales were killed, mostly for their spermaceti, which is a combination of 2 Greek words literally meaning whale seed. The head of a sperm whale can contain up to 1,900 liters, about 500 US gallons of this milky substance, which gave them their common name, sperm whale. Refined spermaceti was used to illuminate homes in a new invention known as the lantern, or smokeless candle at the time. It was the invention of kerosene by Canadian Abraham Genter that finally made spermaceti obsolete as a fuel.
Yes! I had to swim a little bit away so I didn't get too close.
Not bothered at all. Or she, I don't know. There was a while where her eye was closed. Just like this. Fantastic. They're right there.
This is the moment we've been waiting for. Oh, yeah, I have a lot of excitement and energy, but I'm gonna try and kind of calm the nerves and get on like a whale vibe.
Oh, we're really close.
Calm and slow, no splash.
I know. Just trying to breathe deep. I'm like so pumped up and excited.
The sperm whale is still on the endangered species list. Right up until 1972, in fact, commercial whaling continued to obtain oil for cosmetics and high-performance machinery. Adult sperm whales have the biggest brains on Earth, and it's believed they have a lifespan of 70 years. A human brain weighs about 3 pounds, while a sperm whale's is 5 times that, weighing in at a staggering 17 pounds. They communicate over long distances with each other, and scientists believe their calls are as distinctive to each other as a human voice is to us.
Holy shit! First sperm whale sighting. So cool, man. It's like you're on the back of the boat and you feel a bit like anxious and like ready to get in, and then all of a sudden you get in the water and it's just quiet and they move so gracefully, man. They're so huge. And they're not even moving, and they're just like going so fast. Like 6 of them that just right past me, and they turn on their side, point their belly towards me, and just look.
Feeling very, very grateful right now to have this experience. Not a lot of people will have a chance to do this in their lifetime.
We left the other family group behind because they kept going further and further away and trying to put the least stress on them as possible. So we came back into protected area and we're listening again for any other family groups that are in the area.
What are the clicks? They're just communicating?
The clicks are pretty much, they are down below feeding, and the long clicks are they're communicating with each other, so they're just on a shallow dive.
And how would it sound if they were on a deep dive? Oh, okay. So this is just them chatting, not hunting.
Well, the craziness of our first round with the whales has subsided a bit, and they were kind of like doing some shallower dives and stuff. So,
Over the next few days, we had multiple positive encounters with these amazing creatures.
Good position, guys.
is going on?
Whoa.
It's right there. I can smell its whale breath. You can't. I think I can. How about that, huh?
Yeah, you're like sitting on the edge of the boat and it's super hectic and the engine's loud and it's splashing and raining, and then you slip into the water and everything goes quiet and it's just you and the sperm whales. Oof. That was...
Look at this guy. How was that?
It was a little family.
So hard, like, because you just want to, of course, like film and get the shot, but of course you just want to like look at them. Silent.
Yeah! They kept on coming. It was like 1, 2, and I turned around and there was another one, and I was like, oh, that was cool. And I turned around, there was like another one. I was like, whoa!
Oh. I couldn't even process. Like, it happened so fast and it's so exciting that it's like.
And they were clicking. You could really hear them.
Yeah, like crazy clicking down there. Tick, 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 tick. I saw a baby sperm whale. It was so cute.
The big one snuck up behind me. Yeah, that sneaker. Yeah, it came off my left side. Look, just looking at me. Like 2 meters or something. Really? 2.5 meters, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere. Well, I'd have to say that was a pretty awesome experience, and I don't know, the thing that's crazy is when I was there under the water, I really couldn't focus on filming. I just kept thinking to myself, like, Brian, just hold the camera in the general direction of the whale, get some kind of a shot, and just see it with your eyes and just enjoy it and appreciate it. So I'm not sure of the quality of the footage. I think I got at least 2 shots over the course of the trip. But I mean, just even to see the silhouette of these beasts underwater is freaking incredible.
Ahoy Delos tribe! We've torture tested these new, long sleeve, sun-resistant shirts on Delos, and we're happy to say they totally withstood our abuse. Kaza did the design of Delos sailing on the globe, and the stretchy material is oh so comfortable. They're available in men's and women's sizes to fit all, and they're printed in limited quantities, so get them while they're hot.
Captain's log. It's day 3 of the Sperm Whale search. We've yet to encounter the milky substance that we've been searching for.
Spiked. My coffee got spiked with acid or Molly or something.
Oh, dude, check this thing out. Wait for this one.
Good. That's good. I can see you got that control.
You wanna know my secret, Jordan?
Yeah.
I kept my snorkel in and breathed the whole time. I don't hear anything, man.
Not plugged in properly.
Business in the front, party in the back.
Look at that.
Like it? I like it a lot.